Which sentence is correct? It will rain soon, or it's gonna rain soon. What if I told you that both are correct, but also completely different? Confused? Well, I predict that by the end of this video, you will understand how to correctly use will and going to make future predictions. And that starts now. Both sentences are in the future tense. That is correct. Both sentences are predictions too. Also correct. Then how are they different? They are different in what I like to call complete function. Complete function is the purpose or role that grammar serves. Grammar is two pieces of a puzzle put together. First is structure. And what is structure? Words like nouns, verbs, subject. And then there's function, which unfortunately often gets ignored. Essentially, function is, why am I saying this? In what context am I saying this? What makes the sentences you just heard earlier completely different is how did we come up with this prediction? First, we need to know and understand three very important words: evidence, thoughts, and opinions. Let's unpack evidence. Evidence is facts, information, documents, etc. Evidence, evidence, and evidence. It's why we believe something to be true. The easiest category of evidence-based predictions fall into what I call sense and experience. What you can see, it's going to be hot. What you can hear, there's going to be traffic soon. What you can feel, I'm going to get sick. What you experience, we're going to be here for a long time. However, predictions based on evidence are not merely just our sense and experience, and we're going to talk about those next. Let's unpack those. Weather forecasts, evidence from science, satellite images. Tomorrow is going to be sunny with only a 5% chance of rain. Economic predictions, data, surveys, employment rates, currency rates. Employment is going to continue to go down, or the US dollar is going to continue to rise. Health trend predictions, population demographics, disease rates, access to healthcare, data, research. Wearable devices like watches are going to get better at detecting potential health issues. Other evidence-based predictions include consumer behavior, environmental observations, demographics, politics, expert-based estimations, and more. But now you can see just what evidence is in regard to making predictions. Now apply what you just learned. I'm not going to finish these reports on time. The evidence is what you can see in front of you along with your own experience and understanding of how quickly or slowly you can work. The employment rate is going to continue to trend up. Data and research from experts is clearly evidence. The project isn't going to be completed by winter. The builders and experts made a data-backed estimation. Evidence.
I was told or read something that said will is stronger than going to.
You might be thinking that, or even typing it in the comments section right now. So let's clear that up before we go any further. First, most schools and teachers teach will as a future tense before going to. This gives students the wrong idea that will is stronger or more definitive. Second, and more importantly, remember what I said a few moments ago about grammar being a combination of both structure and function? Will and going to are future tenses. But that's not all. There are in fact multiple functions for each. As you can see, there are 7 for will, including predictions, which we are talking about today. And there are 2 for going to. Students often ask me which is stronger, going to or will. And my answer is always the same. Neither. What is correct is that going to for predictions is based on evidence. Predictions that use will are based on thoughts and opinions. These predictions are much less obvious than evidence-based ones. A good rule of thumb to think about is this: are you trying to prove something with evidence, or are you asking them to believe you? If you are asking them to believe you, you are predicting based on something inside your own head or your way of thinking. And you can break these down into these categories. First is personal beliefs. These can be a little tricky as it can include evidence. However, it is your opinion of the evidence, your interpretation of the evidence. For example, jogging daily will get you in shape faster than dieting. Is there some evidence that proves this? Yeah, but this is what is known as nuanced understanding of evidence. Data and research has proved that jogging does help people get in shape and lose weight. It also shows that dieting can too. It becomes an opinion when the speaker says that one is better than the other without conclusive evidence. Also, for one person, it may be true that jogging is better, but not for everyone. That makes it an opinion. How about another example, just to make sure we understand? It will take me a really long time to finish this book. This one is easier to identify as an opinion because I'm not speaking about another person or people in general. It is about myself. Next is intuition, often referred to as our instincts or gut feelings. For example, you wake up tomorrow and the sun is shining. You slept well and you say, "Today will be a great day." Or the intuition can be more hopeful, like, "My favorite baseball team will win the championship." Intuition can also come from our emotions like excitement or fear. Finally is personal estimations. The plumbing in your house needs to be repaired, and you estimate it will cost about $1,500 to fix. Maybe you heard from a friend who had a similar problem, or you know a little about home repair. But you don't have the evidence that would come from a plumber coming to your home and looking at the problem. Whew, that was a lot. But pretty much it all comes down to the answer to this question. Do you have evidence or not? If you do, then mostly you should use going to. And if you don't, then use will. Time to apply it. This new invention will revolutionize the industry. This situation is based on a combination of personal belief and intuition. She will grow up to become the first female president of the United States. Definitely hopeful intuition. She will be a valuable employee. It is my opinion, my thought, because she interviewed so well, and her resume matches my opinion of what a good employee should be. But this was a trick question. She is gonna be a valuable employee. We can also use going to if we are relying on the evidence from her work history, what her references say about her training, education, qualifications, even certifications. The last example was included to illustrate that there are situations where both will and going to can be used, as long as the function is correct. To make your predictions based on thoughts and opinions sound more native, I suggest using key phrases such as think. I think she will grow up to become the first female president of the United States. Believe. I believe this new invention will revolutionize the industry. Some other words and phrases include it is possible, or possibly, likely, unlikely. Now it is your turn to practice. Select the appropriate answer. You are in a conference room waiting for a meeting scheduled to start at 2:30. It is currently 2:27 and you say to yourself, the meeting will not start on time. The meeting is not going to start on time. The correct answer is A. Even though you can see people don't look ready to begin, this is more of an opinion or a thought rather than actual evidence. However, if the boss or manager said to you that the meeting time has changed, that is evidence. You are asked about the solar eclipse. You check a news app and reply, the solar eclipse will be visible at 2 p.m. today. The solar eclipse is going to be visible at 2 p.m. today. A prediction based on science, rotation of the Earth, sounds like evidence to me. The correct answer is B. How did you do? Write your results in the comments section. You just learned how to make your predictions more accurate using will and going to. I predict you learned a lot, and we'll look out for our next video.